do, we're gonna welcome, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Our presenters. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm happy to see all of you. It's a rainy day, but you know what? Soup is gonna keep us warm. All right. So we can look in the pot to see what we got going. In this pot, see I have the onion right here. I also have scallion, the green onion. I have my ginger, and then I have tomatoes, and then I have this bell pepper. Inside I have garlic, and I also have this other pepper, yellow big fat pepper. And then the smoked fish, I don't know the name, but it's from the European store. Do you know the name?
Oh, it's called the European Food Smart. It's a Ukrainian deli next to Price Chopper.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, clean this out and just some water in it. This?
Yeah.
I have a question. Would lox work like smoked salmon? Because I didn't know about the smoked fish.
It will work. Just the cooking, you have to be careful because you know how when you cook fish for a while, it will fall apart.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with
We'll
that.
put it in later.
Yes.
But I can use
I
smoked
started
salmon.
fine with it, but because I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Okay. And then we can show, you know, bring me a little bit of water.
Oh, wait, yes, actually.
So over here, we have the chicken portion. So we have the same ingredient. It's got the seasoned chicken, and it's got the fresh tomatoes, the green peppers, the scallion, the ginger, the garlic. And the peppers are habaneros, so they're gonna be really burning our mouth.
And I noticed that you're not chopping anything.
No,
Why not?
I let it steam, the flavors come out, and then once it's softened, I blend them and I put it back in. That's the trick we use. So once all this steam, we will take it out.
So when you said that it's ginger and garlic to taste, how much did you use?
I typically eyeball it. My son is breaking your candle.
Oh my God.
I don't know what, like this part.
We're gonna
fell
kick him out of
apart.
here. Kick him out, please.
So,
So
I don't know what I did. I was
typically,
trying to
I
cut it
just
off with
You're
you.
turning it into a can't opener.
I hate that joke.
If I want it spicy, then I'm more liberal with the amount that I use. 'Cause I like spicy food. My tongue can handle it, you know. So does that answer your question?
No, like, did you put, I guess I was asking like for the amount of garlic, did you put in like 5 cloves of garlic, like 10 cloves of garlic?
So you see the garlic over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put 2 of that because
Okay.
I have a lot. I have about 10 drumsticks, so I put 10. I mean,
Okay.
2 of that, so it's like 1 for each chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
the,
one for each chicken leg.
Yeah,
each
it's
chicken
chicken
thigh.
drumstick.
Okay.
Yeah.
and for the ginger, about how much of that did you use?
So the ginger, again, I'll say the same size, like 2 of that for the big pot and 1 for the little.
Okay.
So usually when we measure garlic, we talk about like inches,
Oh,
right? So when you peel it, like an inch or
Let
2
me see.
inches
I
of
can grind
garlic.
it out and show you without. It won't.
You don't have to take it out. Show me with your fingers.
Oh, okay. No, it's not covered. You can come looking if you want. So this is for the smaller. So this is about what?
Oh,
an
yeah, that's
inch?
like 2 inches.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's for the smaller pot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think that you start with less. You can always add more spice, but if you put in too much, you really can't reverse it. So I would start, if you're not used to cooking with ginger, I would think start with less and work your way up from there.
Great advice.
Use it gingerly.
Yes.
Do you need help?
No.
Okay, he did it. All
There's
right.
another part of it.
So normally we eat this with fufu. We also, and fufu is made out of cassava. Spanish, they call it yuca. So you could do that and then plantains, and it's the green plantain, not the ripe plantain. So you boil it, you season, you typically salt, you bring it to a boil, cook it like you do potatoes. And when it's soft, then you take it out and you pound it and you mix the two together. So
Oh.
the fufu has no taste, but the soup has a taste.
Mhm.
They also have rice balls. So for the rice balls, instead of eating like a regular rice, you're gonna mush it. We have a wooden stick that we use, and it makes it really soft, and you make it into round little balls, and then you eat with the soup. Lots of carbs, right?
Sounds
That's what I like.
delicious.
The veggies here, and you add the veggies to the carbs. People carb count, so I understand, but it's also good to do moderation in everything, so you don't give up. Your body needs the carbs. Your brain functions on glucose, so yeah.
And Afua knows she's an instructor at the nursing school at
Yes.
Binghamton
Oh.
University.
Yes.
She's a registered nurse and
Yes.
helps with all kinds of research and things like that. So
I try.
when I got my vaccine, I asked her for advice.
Well, I questioned the vaccine myself because, you know, it's new, but then once you look at the evidence and you follow the science, so I don't want to preach to anybody. That's what we did. I'm
Mhm.
vaccinated, she is, and he is. So, yeah, and I feel protected. I still wear my mask, you know,
Mhm.
yeah. Do you want something to add on?
I didn't really have anything to say. No, sorry.
Okay, you can get the blender.
Yeah. I mean, I think people would be curious to know more about the country of Ghana. For people who
I
don't
didn't
know.
grow up there.
So, so Ghana is tropical. It's in West Africa. We have two seasons. So we have the summer and the rainy season. And then Hamatan is also like a season, but not really. It's just more fog. You have a lot of fog. And so I like it hot when it's the temperature here. It's really hot, hot, hot. I love it. Now rain is here. We'll tolerate it. The snow, no. We had 44 inches the last snowstorm. Oh God, I died inside. Give me my heat, that's what I want. Okay, so now we're gonna pour some tomato sauce into the blender, not too much, just a little, because I don't want to use water, so I use, okay, that's good. All right. Let's cover the blade. I like to cover the blade of the blender. The covers are perfect. So now we're gonna take our veggies. It's steamed enough. Do you want to put the camera on it, Tom Egan? Do you want to put the camera on my veg? I called you out.
He's a good videographer, so I passed the camera to him.
And he's got the eye. So I'm gonna take the veggies out.
Hi, Tom.
Then we're gonna blend. So it's not as soft as I would want, but I don't want, oh, thank you. Let there be light. Look at this. Yes. So here goes the greens. I just love when you have all these greens. That pepper is from Christina. What
That's from the Binghamton Urban Farm,
kind?
and it's a Hungarian wax pepper. It is a very hot pepper.
Oh,
So even though it's not a habanero, I think it's probably just as spicy.
oh, wow. You guys have your water ready. Ice water.
Ice water?
You're
I've
gonna
never
need
had.
it.
Nice.
You're gonna need
I'm
it.
going to pass the bottle.
No, it's not that hot, no. Now the tomatoes, I mean, the onion is not as soft as I wanted it, but in the interest of time, it's okay. We're gonna blend it up. And my fish is already getting soft, so I gotta hurry it up and get it out. Jania's gonna blend, right, Jania? And Louis, you're gonna do the peanut. Peanut is the star of the show.
What?
I'm sorry if you have peanut allergy.
I don't.
You're probably not here.
Yeah, we put it in the advertising, but there is a non-peanut version
Oh, yeah.
that you told me about, Afua.
Oh,
It's
oh,
a light
light
soup.
soup, light soup.
I
Yeah,
like it.
this one is hard.
Just
to
take it
get.
out. We'll be
Yeah, she's right. She's thinking like an engineer.
We want to save on the electrical.
Oh,
We're actually very grateful to the Lee Barta Center for hosting us.
So now, Janaya, let me put a little bit of water because I think because of the hardness of my veggies. All right, so you go ahead and you chomp away at it. You haven't used this blender before.
figure it out.
Okay, she's a pro. She's a pro.
And I see there, it's yours.
Yeah, just make sure that the lid is on tight because that is hot, spicy cookie.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want that in your eye.
This is a
exactly.
very powerful.
She doesn't want to wear it. Now,
Oh, what's that? What's in there?
I'm not
It's like
sure.
chives.
Is that what
Oh,
it looks like?
chives.
Smell it.
Okay.
Maybe take a spoon and push it down.
Yes,
I told you you overloaded the plate.
I overloaded the. I sure did.
But here, we got utensils right here. We have a spoon.
A little more water might help too.
Yes, it's right. A little bit more water too. Teamwork.
I love this collaboration.
That's right.
Hello, Tom.
Oh, hi, Mama.
Our technical and emotional support.
Mama.
I think he's just there for the end product. I think he's hungry.
The blender's loud.
Which school, by the way, do you teach at?
I
Oh,
teach
do you
for
want a
both days.
bowl or a pot?
Oh,
Hot, because I'm gonna cook it.
have you
Another
started
pot.
yet?
What's happening with this red one?
Not exactly. I'm not-
Thanks, Mom.
There you go.
Thank you.
How far do we want to go here?
Mother, yes, can you tell us it's blended enough? Is it smooth? It's like a smoothie? Just let it be smooth.
Yeah,
looks
pretty
good.
smooth. Looks
Okay.
good to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Take a sniff. What do you think, Christina?
Ooh, it smells spicy and delicious.
Okay.
How many habaneros should there have been you treated the Hungarian pepper for?
Put wax peppers in.
You should.
It smells good. I like spicy food.
Awesome.
I smell the
Thank you, right
pepper.
up.
Yeah.
Drink it, Janaya. We're
Okay,
gonna
man.
put it in.
Letting
here.
everyone
That
smell it.
smells good. Yeah.
Mhm.
It smells familiar.
Put it-
Smells like peppers.
Yeah,
It smells
smells good.
familiar.
Smells
Yeah.
like, you call
Like
it
a Thai
soup.
dish.
Yeah,
The
like
rest
a carrot, like a carrot.
Now, we're gonna let
Like
it
a carrot
cook.
soup. Smells like carrot soup.
Then
I made
With the
Thai
ginger.
curry for dinner last
boil, so
week.
we're gonna raise the
Smells
heat
like
on it.
the Thai
Okay.
curry.
Raise the heat.
Yeah, so
Spices.
put this way, okay. And so now I'm gonna give it another, let's say till 6.
I think so.
That time's correct,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yes,
Everybody
yes.
set the
Everyone's
timer.
vaccinated?
Yeah.
Just
They
six
just
is
choose
okay.
all the way on it.
No, that's
And
totally
then,
fine. I just want to make sure you didn't know something I didn't.
So
I
Janaya,
also
we're gonna do this next blending over here.
And
Therefore, if you become a
No,
carrier,
it's fine, it's the same stuff. So for
Then,
the peanut butter, I've gotta get, could you
This big
pass
one?
me, yeah, can you want me to use this or you want to use
I
yours?
brought peanut butter. It was apparently not enough. Look at how big this peanut butter jar is.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, how
gonna
much
make,
is that? 4 pounds of peanut butter. Wow.
yeah, I'm gonna make 1 cup. Lou,
Can I
could-
start? Or
yes,
think
you
I'm
do
missing
your
it?
stuff. Remember how much you
Cover the
use?
blades, you said?
Yeah. Good, you got it. Now, this should be 1 cup, I believe. This is the size of a cup.
Yeah.
or is it a- Okay. Yep, it says 1 cup. Then I'm gonna scoop my peanut into it. Then I can use this.
Am I
We
supposed to
only
do
use. You wanna scoop it?
No, you just said I was supposed to do this part.
I mean, you're stealing his thunder.
You can stare it, Louis. You can stare it. Is that okay?
Don't get to do anything.
Yeah, Louis.
You did a good job with the garlic.
Yeah.
Did I really?
You open
No.
that can.
No, I don't think I did.
Might have broken the can opener on the way.
I don't think I did. John.
So here, I have about a cup to go in the fish, so I put it in here. There. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna do, like, mix this up and let it steam till the oil sits on top. So my hands are clean. I'm just gonna mush the peanut. Yes, with water.
Did you say to remove the oil so the oil separates from the
Yes,
peanut butter?
yes.
Okay, all right.
Because peanut oil, I know God bless you. Some people cook with it, but it turns to be, not so healthy. So,
Okay, right, right.
so just like that. And then, sorry, we're gonna keep stirring it on the stove till the oil comes on top. Then it's cooked and we can add it to the meat and the fish. All right. So, Lou, you get to do this part, the stirring part, okay? So I'm gonna put it back here. It might be hard for him to stir. Maybe
You
I
want to
should
switch them?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go for the back. Here, and then this comes out. How about that for you, Louis?
Awesome. Now do you need like
A
a
spoon. Yeah, I usually, there's some wood that I use.
You might have with a spoon at home. I use this
Yeah.
for now.
Rinse it.
Yeah.
Rinse it first. Go, Louis, he's doing something.
Stop it.
That's condescending, mother.
That's me.
No, it's not. I'm just supportive.
You don't need any more comments from the peanut gallery.
Wow.
How much I love that.
I don't know, I'm going nuts.
You're paying for.
Ah, she's
You're
going
getting
nuts
the
for
same
peanuts.
We're talking to Rapunzel here.
What shall we do?
She did her own hair. Rapunzel with the hair.
Yeah.
How about me?
Yes, you didn't know you're Rapunzel?
Oh.
I thought like the word pun. Like, I thought it was a joke.
No,
Rapunzel.
Louis. This is in an English class.
And you saw Tom's trick, right? He kind of shook it back and forth.
Yeah, don't let that top come off.
She's using all her muscles.
Was it hitting you?
With that Vitamix, it doesn't take much.
Don't be afraid. So my son is afraid that the
No, I'm not. You
splash-
kept splashing at me.
Yeah, it will splash.
The attack of the colored peanut.
So, Louis, let me ask you, what are you doing here?
I'm just doing this.
Okay, but what are you doing and why? In your own words.
He doesn't really know how to cook. He's just following her.
I do know how to cook.
Yes, he
I don't know how to
does.
cook peanut butter soup. I've never
Sibling
done
rival.
this.
Oh, so you're learning.
Yeah.
You're learning along with us.
Who cooks at your house?
They
She
help
does.
me. I cook, they all help.
I want to know about the process of removing the oil from the peanut butter.
Oh, it will sit. It naturally
Okay.
sits on top and then
Okay,
I
all right,
scoop
and then
it.
Then you take it out?
Separate it, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm making the other one.
Yeah, because I do that with a lot of the foods that I like soups. When I cook soups, I let it cool until the fats come to the top and then just off.
There's the
Yeah.
actual container at Home Goods that does it for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it separates the oil.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
yeah. I've got, I think it's like a gravy pitcher that
Oh,
does
yeah.
that. So you fill it and then it's got a long spout that comes from the bottom and the
Yeah.
oil goes up.
Yeah.
Is that right? No, the liquid, when you pour, the liquid comes from the bottom.
Okay.
and then the oil stays in, so you can stop pouring.
Okay. I think with mine, the oil sits on the top.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
oil sits on top, so what I'm talking about is like a pitcher, right, with a handle and a spout. But the spout comes from the bottom of the pitcher instead of, the top of the pitcher. It comes from the bottom. So when you pour it, the liquid without fat comes out that you can use for your soup or your gravy or whatever. And the fat, which is at the top of the thing, you can control, you can stop pouring.
Would you be able to send me a
Yeah, I
picture?
would do that.
I'll look into mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Oh,
that
you could get the idea. Christina, would you
Alexo
take-
makes it.
Alexa?
Oh,
I
and
think
just so you
so.
know, look at that.
You see the oil is coming?
Wow, it's a totally different texture now.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I feel like I've seen that happen before when I microwave peanut butter.
Yeah, and and you don't want it to be, when you don't want it to do that. and it
Yeah.
does it. Right.
So what I'll do
Oh, and
now,
then, just so you know, the alarm went off, the timer went off.
oh, awesome. So I'm gonna put it now in the soup.
Okay,
Thank
perfect
you.
timing.
Let's do
Good
it.
job.
I think you did a good job.
Yay.
So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring this pot to make my energy healthier.
Peanut butter sauce.
Oh, you
I
turned it
love
off?
the peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. Nothing not
Like
to
a boiler school.
No, peanut butter and food is really good.
people do in Thailand, I mean.
Yeah.
They
it's
have
a
it,
huge part of, the diet.
yeah.
I mean, peanut is amazing.
I love peanut.
It's
I mean,
gonna splash you.
yeah.
It's gonna splash you.
Okay.
So what I typically do is I like the spices that are MSG free. So I have Larry seasoning, but I wait till the peanut butter, because peanut butter has, salt. And I don't want the food to be too salty. So I let it cook for another 10 minutes, then I will taste it. And then if it's not too salty, I'll add. Yeah. So Janaya, could you turn the stove on in the back? Because I'm gonna shift it so I could.
We're gonna do it for the chicken version now.
Yeah, we're gonna do the peanuts for the chicken.
But up to now, other than the peanut butter, you haven't added any salt, have you?
No, I haven't. But the fish, because it's smoked, they have.
Oh,
I think the smoked fish come with.
Oh, this is smoked.
Have the
Yeah.
oven mitt. And then the chicken, I already seasoned it too. So
But
I
it's
did.
hot.
Probably
If
the
you go to that store.
drawer that's here.
Which is just like,
Hello?
Yeah.
Tom,
The European food.
Oh,
Yeah, are
they
they
got
it's because the
The size of the pot is really hot.
I don't want
I even, they have lots and
You're gonna
Oh,
save
yeah.
yourself things like
Oh.
that. Yeah, they got.
I think so.
it's
Okay, right.
fine. You just go over. Did you turn on? Yes. Okay, so this whole time I'm waiting. They want me to use a mitt to.
Because she was
move
gonna
the
burn
spoon.
her hand
The
beside the pot.
mitts, you
I
gotta
don't
ask
even-
Polly where the mitts are.
I don't even need. I
I'm
just did it
kind
with
of
my-
going around looking at the
Yeah.
ones that they all labeled on all of the.
You got it?
Thank you, Maureen.
Okay.
This is a text-rich environment for sure.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we need to do our class here sometime.
So we have a question
have a
from
cooking
the
class too?
audience.
I teach ESL.
Mike
I teach
Bertini
adult
wants to
ESL.
know. Hi, Mike. His question is chicken or fish more traditional? Or do you guys make both?
We make both. They even use goat, because I love goat. And then they have lamb, that's good too. And then
Sometimes we use like crab.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you could add whatever meat you want.
Sometimes they put snails in it, which I don't really like.
It's escargot.
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 That sound
French.
fancy.
Not a fan, but you can put it in.
So this is, you got smoked fish, but usually, do you
only put
usually
any-
use smoked fish or regular fish?
No.
I prefer to have it pre-baked if I use regular fish, because when
Yeah.
it bakes, then it's actually
Yes, you
harder
can.
the way I
That
do
tastes
it.
good. You can
Yeah,
still put
I
it.
just don't want it to fall apart.
It's great.
But even like traditionally, do people use smoked fish or fresh fish, or do they use both?
The ones that are really good cooks, they will use fresh fish, and you can combine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like not traditional because I was immigrated here so soon, so yeah, I try not to, compete with the best. But when we go back home and we volunteer the caterer, and they do, they will do for fresh fish. You're supposed to play music. Some
It's
Ghana
hard.
music.
I think
The
that what will
Zumba
happen is
music.
when we're eating, we'll do the music.
Awesome.
Because the way that I have the technology right now, I couldn't have both the microphone on you and play music at the same time.
Last year, I got a whole lot of garlic that lasted me till, the summer.
Mhm.
So the lady was at the garden by Binghamton General Hospital. Is there any garlic this year? Because I want some garlic.
So it's funny you should bring that up. We are having our garlic growing workshop on October 6th.
Okay.
We are working right now to get some, are you looking for garlic to plant or garlic to cook with? So I know that we sell garlic from the Binghamton Urban Farm, which we sell on Tuesdays at the downtown market in Binghamton. That's a good place to get garlic. Lisa Bludnick at the Vestal Farmers Market sells really high quality garlic. So there are good sources for garlic. And for people who kindly volunteer their time to teach us about cooking and their culture, I'm sure we can
In case you know
find,
anybody like that.
we will find garlic for them. The
Awesome.
best kind, the highest
Awesome.
quality garlic of all.
That's good to know. Okay. So I don't want this to go to waste, so I'll add it because I have plenty of vegetables that it will match up to it. And would you just put more water and then you could throw it in there?
How's that looking, Louis? Does that look like
It's
what
coming
your mom
good.
suggested with separating the oil?
It's not quite ready yet, but it's almost there.
Yeah, this one, it's almost done, but I need a different soup because I realized I can't use the chicken spoon to the fish spoon.
Another spoon. So there are more spoons in this dish drawer.
Okay.
One second, let's kind of sneak in. So we have a ladle.
Oh, good.
But can you rinse this off for us, please? Thank you. Just a little bit.
But the fish, we can try it out and see if I should put some garlic. Can I put it on the chicken first? I'll let you taste it to see if we should add.
Taste it.
How much you do
Oh,
your
yeah,
hand
we've
like
got
this.
spoons. We've got
You don't know traditional way, huh?
you gotta teach us. 'cause I
Okay.
don't know.
You just put it on the palm and you lick it.
All
Then you
right.
wash your hands.
I can do that. Okay. Here goes.
Then you let it. I don't want to burn you. Oh, is it not burning?
No, I don't feel anything ever.
To my taste,
It's delicious.
it is delicious.
So don't put salt?
I have a problem with salt, as
Okay.
in I like to eat, I think it needs salt.
Put
But
your
I also
hand
think
out
that
like this.
people can add their own salt.
Well, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. You think?
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Put it in the soup. I have to have you try it. I just don't want to burn you. We see all
That's
the
fine.
Yeah. You can handle it. You're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is it?
Get Jamila taste. She's hiding in the background.
I don't taste the pepper as much.
Right, and I always feel like it needs more garlic. Am I wrong?
I'll put a little seasoning. That's what I'll do.
How long is it gonna take?
You got burned? Bring it to the front and out. Bring it back to the front. So you don't have to. You want me to do it for you?
Yeah. Apparently, like, you can't eat. Apparently, you don't feel anything in your arms. That's like,
Yeah. So you turn the back off, right?
Yeah, turn the back off.
And the front. Okay. So now. And also the peanut container. Peanut container. You gotta remind me, don't use the soup in the fish. The spoon, okay? Yeah, because you want to have liquid. Right? Now, you might have some little peanut butter.
it's on the spatula.
Yes, yes.
How long does the chicken take to cook, by the way?
Chicken, we decided an hour because we don't want any salmonella. This is Larry's season. Are you tasting this?
That's a huge container of it.
Sam's Club.
Yeah.
And it's,
My mother used to eat that on everything, especially French fries.
yeah, because there's no MSG. That's why I like it, you know.
Yeah.
So is it okay if I put it on the fish or no, I cannot?
I'm fine with it. It's fine with me.
Okay.
Really? I always think of cottage.
Delicious.
Oh. And then do you just eat it plain with cottage cheese or you put it on bread or
I call
something?
it, so I'll say maybe
Wow.
Where do you get?
Where do you get?
Well, it looks disgusting, but it tastes delicious. It's with apple butter.
Okay, all right, yeah. So something my mother fruit that I could.
Okay.
Or I'll mix it with carrot cream sometimes. It's good.
Okay.
I put it on like bread.
Okay.
Maybe a little more.
But my favorite cottage cheese recipe now is cottage cheese pancakes.
Oh, now that sounds good.
It's really
I'm not
good.
only pancakes, but I
But
do
it's really high
sourdough.
protein. It's super high protein.
Yeah, I use sourdough. So I'm thinking maybe I should make some sourdough pancakes with cottage cheese in it. For a recipe.
So it's high? Okay. So now for this one, we're gonna wait 20 minutes.
I haven't tried. I tried the
20
waffle, so
minutes?
it's
Yeah, on the
Oh.
table, then it should be done.
So what do you, so it's like, but you use the sourdough starter?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
It makes the best waffles
Wow.
in the whole world. No, there's no better. No better.
So
And I don't
this
like
one-
pancakes or waffles. I
This
don't like
one is ready. It's the first.
I remember
Yeah.
when I made it, but I thought, well,
So do we want to try the fish one a little bit?
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
are
I thought I
asking,
could-
we have some questions from the audience.
Hi, audience.
So we have a question from Mike. He says, have you ever used homemade peanut butter in this recipe?
Well, back home they do, but me, I don't. I just won't have the time, and I love Walmart brand. So this is great value Walmart. I'm not advertising here, and it works for me. They have a crunchy one too, but you use the creamy because you don't want to be
don't use the
crunchy.
Don't use it. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. So, and then the ones like normally I would have added water to this and put it in the soup, but it's okay. So you can use homemade peanut butter if you get the smooth consistency, like smooth like this. Are you going to lick it?
No, I'm good. I was gonna put in the soup. What?
It's like when you make brownie, you know.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the food.
You don't?
Oh,
No,
God.
I have rubber spatulas.
Oh, yes,
Clean
Spatty.
everything Perfect.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Yeah.
It's called Spatty.
Yeah, it's called a spatty.
Yeah. Janai, could you watch this so we can create space for the soup trying?
Okay, yeah, I think Holly is grabbing us some bowls right now. Our wonderful hosts at the Lee Barta Center. And I'm wondering, is there anybody in the online audience or in the in-person audience that has a question either about this recipe or about Ghanaian culture or anything like that?
So I was like 8 minutes late.
Mhm.
My question is, I'm admiring your t-shirts.
Oh,
So tell me about your t-shirts. Did you already tell the story?
We did, but it's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
Mhm.
Well, maybe some of the listeners online got in there. I'm like feeling kind of silly with everybody vaccinated here. So go
Last
ahead.
year, my older sister made all of these for us like the same day we had to go. It was very last minute. She cut up an old dress and just sewed these on for us. You know, we all wanted to be coordinated.
matchy.
Oh, it's so great.
That is so cool.
So there is this new trend on YouTube, thrift flip. So
Okay.
you get something from the thrift store and you redesign it.
So
Oh.
all these shirts are from like thrift store, and then we just cut up these
Yeah.
African print pieces from a dress.
Yes,
how
and sew them
cool.
on here.
yeah. And she's really good. Like she buys these jeans and one of them she cuts the side and she's putting a chain, like a gold chain. To make like a lace. You know, so yeah. Oh, you want me to share that?
Why
I
did you
take it
care?
back.
Wait,
She just want to give away her
take it back.
trend.
wait, no, wait, tell that. What'd you say?
I'm so sorry. Teenagers, they don't like to, TMI, it's what she would tell you.
My daughter, talking and I still say things. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking I'm showcasing her creativity, you know.
Thanks.
Sorry, but I told her she could sell it because they do have a,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, that possibility, because she looks at them like this pen, she was like $200 and she could make her own, so she did.
Amazing.
Wow.
I love the shirts.
Mhm.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Our oldest is the one. Oh, this is the bowl.
So we have the bowls.
Okay.
So my question, Afua, was, we prepared some rice.
Yes.
Do you normally eat this with rice or like separate? How do you normally serve this dish?
So you put the rice on the bottom and you could put the soup on top or rice on the sides, but the soup would take over. So we
Raise,
could do that.
raise your hand if you want rice in your soup. Looks like everybody. What about you guys?
Yeah.
You want the rice? Okay. So I'll be on rice duty.
Okay.
Do you want me to help?
Or maybe somebody wants to be on rice duty.
I could be on a race duty.
All right, Louis, you want to be on rice duty?
Okay.
Hang on, I'll give you a better spoon.
Louis, don't tell your sister shut up, please. You are on the Zoom.
Yeah. Please, stay
So-
quiet, please.
Manners while
Right
you're
on
on
set.
Zoom.
Yeah.
We're being broadcast on Facebook.
Uh-oh. Well, he's wearing his mask. He likes to hide behind his mask. So.
So I have a question. Is
Okay.
it's that combination of garlic and ginger, is that a common thing in Ghanaian food?
Yes. It just gives you more flavor, you know. I mean, it can be hot if you're not used to it, but you can handle it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Louis, you're gonna scoop the rice. Oh, you
How
got
much
this.
is-
How much does
the bowl.
everyone want?
How about I
One
model
trickle
one
this
for you and
for-
you do the others? Oh, yeah. Be careful
I
on the
want to
floor.
have a preference.
Got this now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 people here. Okay.
One doesn't want rice.
Who doesn't want?
Well, are we passing these down or are we gonna put them here and then they can serve?
Where do you
right,
want
we're
the
gonna
bowls to
say-
go next for the soups? You
Yeah,
should bring
it
the
would-
soup,
yeah,
bring the
yeah.
bowls to you or bring the
Yeah,
soup to
you
the
can bring
bowl?
the
I think the,
I feel so.
Is this table clean, Christina?
It is.
Okay, this is my bowl.
Thank you, Lori.
I'm fine. Yeah, I got
So,
a cast
the
iron
soup, you want
stomach.
this one or this is not done yet? So you want the
Raise
fish?
your hand if you're vegetarian and you want the fish soup. Who wants the fish soup?
Oh, you could try both. Oh,
I
you can-
know 2 people want fish.
Okay.
And people, you're welcome to try both if you want to try both.
I prefer to
The
try
fish
the
soup is
chicken.
already,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
fish soup is ready now.
Oh,
Chicken soup is still cooking another 15 minutes.
yeah.
Soup now or soup later?
Soup
Yeah.
later.
Okay.
I'll hold my rice right here.
Hold on to your rice.
So I can scoop the.
Oh, I can do it.
Though the fish soup did taste very good. And you know, I'm thinking it's the blending of the ginger, the garlic and the hot pepper that, and there's like tomato base also, that makes it taste very, like it's got that same Thai flavor. to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, because I said I made Thai red curry
Here's
last
next
week
one.
and I
Christina, do you want-
used
do you have-
those 3.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Can I
I
you have a
love
bowl?
Thai food.
Oh, me
Good.
too.
Good.
So that, I think that's the head.
All right. Who's adventurous?
Tom.
Tom.
Tom,
Oh,
you want
man,
the
you're gonna
head?
hold the camera.
Is that an excuse for the
Nice,
dishes?
absolutely.
Okay. Well, deny your function the
Who
eye.
wants the first?
Sorry. I didn't know you wanted to eat the eyes.
It's
The
good
eye?
luck to eat the eyes. Yeah, I went to dinner with
Who
my
wants
son
first?
in Tampa last week.
I'll
and-
do without the good luck.
Yep,
Wow.
and somebody told him that, and he did it. I'm gonna hold
Wait
out
for
the
the-
chicken.
Yeah.
Yep,
Did he
thank you
good
very
luck?
much.
Did he give me good luck?
He, I
else
looked
wants
away, I
fish
didn't see his
soup?
face.
And
I'll take.
I'll leave the season if you want. If you want to add more season, you can.
Here's the seasoning.
Yeah.
Johnny, what kind do you want?
I wanted a chicken one.
You
All right,
really
so
like
wait.
some?
Hungry.
Jabril.
I don't know.
He got already. Oh, he got rice.
I
You
guess
can have both.
Oh, you want a spoon, right?
Yeah, we're.
You're not.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
no,
you
it's
have
okay.
to eat with your hands.
I'll eat it like that too.
You have to do it. You know, I went to
Yeah, I
one
have
of
to be
my
done
students'
with
homes
your
for
hands.
I would always
a party. There was a party she invited me to. And they are loud. And so they had all these foods set on the table, you know, there's a lot of people, maybe her family and her friends. And I came to a rice cooker, a pot of rice, and I put there was no spoon there. You know, there's spoons in all the other containers. I put my spoon in there, and her husband was standing close by behind me. And he's like, no, 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 put the spoon down. Get the spoon out of there.
You're kidding.
No, no.
Yeah.
You
I
eat
love-
rice
Yeah.
with your fingers.
Yeah.
And you
Like-
serve.
Because you wash it afterwards. So it's okay.
Who did not get yet?
I want to take.
You're waiting for chicken? How about you?
I'm waiting for chicken soup too.
What about you?
I'm waiting for chicken.
You want this one?
Mm-mm.
You want this one? This one does not have a fish head in
I'm good.
it. Train.
We went to visit buttermilk, or is it butternut farm?
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have this Ethiopian restaurant there. I forget the name, but you eat with your hand. They bring you.
And warm.
Oh, with the
Mother.
bread.
Yes.
And then the bread is
Enjoyer.
delicious.
Yes.
I
It
haven't
was-
seen that.
It's so good.
It
They
was
have.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Both very
It was very expensive, yeah, but it was worth it.
This
you
summer
know.
went by, I didn't do anything. I didn't
almost
sit in my hammock. I didn't light a
Oh.
candle outside. I
And look
didn't
at the
do
weather
anything.
now.
You're
I
walking
know,
all
and like
wet,
I'm
like
booked
I
up
did, yeah.
from now until the middle of October.
Oh, no.
Good.
Well, I like how spicy it is.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Thank you.
The fingers and all the
Yeah.
peanut
Now,
butter.
is there any concern about the soup burning because of the peanut butter?
No,
Okay,
I keep an eye on it.
okay,
Yeah, it should be ready pretty soon.
okay.
I can taste the ginger. It's funny. I taste the ginger. I taste the garlic. I like the smokiness from the fish personally. I really like that.
Yeah.
But I don't actually taste peanut.
Yeah.
I don't taste the peanut anymore.
You're doing good because you're able to handle it. You're not like, runny eyes. You too, no
Yeah,
runny
no,
eyes.
it's
You know
really
what?
good.
This is not as spicy as I thought it was going to be either.
Now, did you already add this, or is this like
No.
a garnish typically?
I think she brought that.
So you had asked for scallions.
Oh, so
These
this is-
are. This is more like onion grass that I had growing. But we didn't have scallions at
I was
the
gonna
farm
take
this
this
year.
one.
Okay. Yeah, I like scallion. I don't think I've ever used that one before.
If you want to chop it up and put it on top, I bet it'll be really
milder.
tasty.
Janaya, I told you it's not cooked. You're gonna go ahead and do it anyway.
Taking the fish one.
Okay.
So are there vegetables that you can get in Ghana that you can't get here?
Yeah,
Like what kinds of things?
let me think. See, some of the name I don't know it in English.
Mhm.
That would be my only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's dandelion, but I don't know if it's called that in America, but that's what they call it. back
Like,
home.
Do you
A
see it
flower?
growing?
It's not a flower, but it's a green, it looks like a spinach thing, and it's supposed to have medicinal purpose.
People eat dandelion
Yeah.
greens here,
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
But
but they are
Not
hard to
ours-
find. You're right.
Yeah.
not in my yard.
Mhm.
I think,
Yeah.
Christina, we need to extend the vine garden to my house.
Sound like-
Well, we're working on it, Lori. We're working on
No,
it.
but I mean, this the
So,
style doesn't
I-
sound okay.
I'm sure I watched these before I brought them
Oh, yeah.
here, so yeah. I guess,
You know what?
'cause I think you got the right
It's
idea.
swimming my
Yeah.
pool because I don't.
Does anybody want some,
I
green
did get
onions?
into it once, but I
Guys,
got.
guys,
I was swimming. I got into it once.
I was supposed to go to July to learn how to swim, but I don't know how. And then COVID hit, you know, so I haven't.
Sounds like soca. You know what soca music is? Can you get it?
Just doing dishes aside. My dishwasher's over there eating. Denaya, you're supposed to do help me with
Oh
the
my god, it's
dishes.
so good.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Now, did anybody ask Holly if she wants fish or chicken for her soup? Can you real thing? I think she's around the corner. working.
You guys are great.
You're great.
Spiciness.
You should not be washing dishes.
Yes,
That's
you
you
do.
wash.
It's the two behind you.
Well, I'm eating. So what do you
And this was a great kitchen to be doing.
Oh my goodness.
Nice kitchen.
And soup is this too?
What kind of?
Fish is this?
Oh, this is she told me what was the name of the fish? It's a smoked fish from the European store.
Yeah,
Smoked
it's
whiting?
smoked whiting.
I would think.
No, that's not its white name.
Smoked whiting.
Oh,
No, not whiting, smoked white fish.
Smoked whitefish. Smoked whitefish.
so you have.
Thanks, Mama.
Mama knows.
Mom, I wish you were here to taste some.
Ah,
Her mom on there.
we'll make it together next
Here
time.
you go.
Mom's on there.
Here.
No.
Have a bite.
Ah, thank you. Ah,
You know, she's never cooked onion food.
This is-
She does have good suggestions.
This
this is smell-o-vision.
Well, so we have, right now we're having the fish soup, because that's ready already. And you're welcome to have some of both. You want to wait for chicken. Chicken will be ready in 6 minutes. But we didn't want to leave you out.
No, it's not that I just been working.
Do you want to make any announcements for our audience about what's happening at the Barter Center?
Lots of exciting stuff is going on. Here, actually. So lots of exciting stuff is going on here at the Lee Barnum Community Center. We have our September calendar. One of our exciting things is on September 21st from 12 until 1:30. We're doing a get to know legal services. George Haddad and Catherine will be here to answer questions and go over the services that they are offering. And then we have our September calendar, which is posted on the Eat Well, Play Hard Facebook page. Some of our exciting things that are going on this month is the Fresh Untitled is going to be open starting next week, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You want
For open shop and
Yeah, so
What is Fresh Cycle? I
Fresh
don't
Cycles.
know.
Oh, it's fabulous, which I wish I could bring you down there, but maybe some other time. Is where it's a bike clinic where there are bikes donated and you can come and fix your bikes. You can donate bikes here and kids or adults can earn a bike.
Yay!
Yeah.
There you go.
Another awesome thing that's going on is we partner with VINES, who does the wellness wagon here at 10 o'clock on Mondays. She's like zoning in on our great partners here.
He's the organizer of the wellness bag.
He's like, don't record me. I'm partnering with Career Bound. They're going to be doing a series here for people age 18 to 22 to be trained on workforce development skills. And this Friday we're doing a Bone Savers workshop, and after that we'll be doing a cooking demonstration. And then we'll be doing a farmer's market coupon disbursement for people over the age of 55.
No, you're not.
Come on
Don't
over.
lie.
And then the last thing I wanted to shout out was every Wednesdays from 10:30 till 11:30 we take orders for pantry. So if you are looking for food, give us a shout and check out the Eat Well, Play Hard, Sing and Pig Facebook page. We post all of our stuff there. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a lot of information.
It was.
So where do I find this information so that I can look at it again?
The Eat Well, Play Hard Facebook page.
So we go to facebook.com/Eat Well Play Hard.
Yep. Or you can look at the United Way of Broome County website, and they will have our calendars up there.
You timed the soup, right? The
Yeah, I
chicken-
Yes, the hasn't gone off yet.
Oh, 3 minutes. Okay.
So, thank you. Yeah.
No,
Thank you, Missy.
you want to get burned by.
Are there any other? We actually have some really cool community members here. Is there anybody who wants to announce anything else that's happening in any of the circles you run in? We've got master gardeners, we've got BOCES people,
Language teachers.
we got Luma people, we got all kinds of people here. Yeah.
I don't think I got my tickets.
How do we get tickets? Who can answer that
Oh,
question?
yeah, you go online to Luma Festival, I think.
Uh-huh.
And there's a website and then you have to select the time and there are 3 times each day. And when I tried a few days ago, the earlier times are being booked up, so.
Yeah.
But what
Get-
I don't know is if you set up for a time, when should you come? When should you plan to get there in advance of your time?
About 30 minutes.
About half an hour?
30
It's not
minutes
gonna
ahead of
be
time?
so
Okay.
crowded You can't find a place to park downtown.
Park on the west side and walk downtown. Are there like shuttles or anything like Porch Fest?
You're welcome.
I didn't know there was such a
Did you want to try the, did you want to try the chicken?
No, I won't.
Okay, what about you? You want to try the chicken?
Did you get your soup?
I
did
would love
over there.
to try
Mm.
chicken. It smells delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Oh, if you want spicy, this is.
the
got-
chicken one is spicier because that has the habaneros. Those might be
Yes,
spicier than the
That's like a
Hungarian wax.
painful
But I'm
habanero.
gonna go with some salt also.
Okay,
And do some,
smells great.
some of the Lowry's.
For people in our online audience, is this exciting to you?
Oh, okay. The voice says he's.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, good. Yeah, I just, I never know when we're showing things online. Watching other people eat, is it exciting or not? We'll keep streaming.
It's a lot of fun. We wish we were there.
Yeah, we wish you were here too.
We have to all do this in person. Like
Mhm.
COVID is a history.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's another spoonful
Thank you.
and a little bit for the keyboard.
Yeah.
Full of new charms.
Hey.
Actually, she ate it.
She ate it?
She ate it.
Well, no, I lost everything.
If it's not enough seasoning, you could, I think this is ginger, this is
Fine.
lemon.
We
Mm,
had
boy, this
like 10 people in here at one point.
Take that out.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I think we should take it out.
It's going up and down.
Ginger, oh,
Well, my son's got.
I like
Habanero pepper with loaded.
Oh, really?
So this might be cooking function.
I
Send
have-
him the recipe.
I have my jalapenos that I got from the Vines garden
Mm.
and they're much spicier than most, when you buy a jalapeno in the store from the
Mm.
store.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know whether it's because it's super fresh or.
My
I'll give you
jalapenos
what
and,
comes in.
these are my jalapenos or habaneros grew this year.
Really?
you have
They did?
habaneros?
Neither grew this year, but my son had some, but he's down in Florida. What did grow is I had some peppers that one of my students from Lao, a different student, gave me. She gave me a big basket of peppers and fresh farm eggs and stuff last year. Chan.
Okay, yeah.
And I
Chan.
took the peppers were so flavorful, hot, so delicious though, that I saved some peppers and I did those. So I see that I got 2 on the vine.
Oh, nice. That sounds good. I don't know what the divine secret is. Love and dedication. I mean,
It comes with a big roasted dough. That's the territory.
mhm.
Hey, Pua, if you get it,
And also dairy. They're saying also dairy.
Even like good dairy,
Yeah.
like oat milk dairy.
Oat milk is okay. But I haven't been, that's enough.
That's enough, okay.
And then.
If you want to try, yes. I'm vegetarian except for when I'm trying authentic food. This I can. This I'm happy. Want to get some rice? Yes. We'll get some
Let me
rice.
scoop some soup for you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
This
you.
is a whole ginger.
I love ginger.
I was gonna say, you don't have to chew it.
Thank you so much.
Mom, can I interest you in a drumstick?
no, I don't need chicken.
Okay. All right. But you want more
I'm,
soup?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Okay, there's no
I'm
more rice.
vegetarian.
Oh, this is mine. I was sharing.
No. You need to eat. The cook needs to.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely deserve the biggest portion.
Well, thank you.
So the other thing with the diet was to have
vegetables and have some meat and stuff.
I asked the online audience if we should
Mostly
stop.
for your vegetables.
Oh, that might be time soon.
But I was, yeah. Well, it got off really fast. It came off really fast. But it was hard. In the beginning, it was very hard.
Okay, so Afua, thank you so much for sharing this
You're
recipe
welcome,
with
guys.
us.
Wish you were here to taste them.
Mhm. Are there any last things you'd like to say to our audience, or recommendations, or?
Well, vegetables, I didn't used to like them so much. And then when I did, I would eat it. It was just like the same thing, carrots, the cucumber. But then my daughter was doing the keto diet, so we had to get used to asparagus, Brussels sprout, vegetables that I never thought I will like. So now I'm happy that I opened up my mind and tried. So, and when you come to Vines, they have techniques to help you grow them. So consider the workshops. They have some online, and consider
being a member.
Well, you get to
Vines.
meet great people.
Yes,
like
we
Christina.
do. In fact, everybody in this room right now is a great person. So I'm just really happy to be part of this community. So you can join your local
What about
community
people
garden.
online?
And the people online. in the
Yes,
Zoom
you are
room.
wonderful too. You are wonderful.
And the Facebook Live people. Thank you so
come
much.
to Vines.
To the Facebook Live people.
Yeah, Saturday, right? Saturday we're doing.
Saturday we're building a new garden, and we do. I didn't mention it because it wasn't on the website, but we need volunteers on Friday, September 10th as well, for cleaning up the urban farm to get ready for the picnic on the 18th.
Oh, that's
But
what I need.
urban farm on September 10th, Friday, to help clean up, and then on Saturday go to the New Street Garden build. And then on the 14th, if you're a site coordinator, which some people here are, we have our site coordinator meeting. And then September 17th, we're actually back here in this neighborhood, just a few blocks from just a couple houses down from the Lee Barta Center. We're doing a cleanup end of season fruit tree pruning at the Liberty Street Garden here at 104 Liberty Street. So yeah, you plug into Vines, you're going to have an endless amount of opportunities of cool things to do. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing all this information with us. And it's so much fun to learn about other people and where they come from and your culture and everything like that. So thank you so
And
much.
what language do you speak, and how do you say thank you in your language?
Oh, that's a good question. I speak Fanti. They also have, I think, over 50 different languages back home, but majority of people speak Tree, which is spelled T-W.
Tree I've heard of. Yeah, Tree I've heard of. Yeah.
Yeah. So we say, to say thank you, you say Medase.
Medase.
So Medase to you and your family.
Oh,
Medase, guys.
I blow kisses. They're eating. So they're back there. They left me.
That's why they have to learn how to cook. That's what.
Well, they're great.
Thank you.
Thank you to Janaya and Lewis for
Yes.
coming.
Yes.
After the what is it, the day before the first day of school, to come and help teach us how to cook Ghanaian food.
And Jabril for doing the tech.
Yes, thank you, Jabril, for doing all the tech. Thank you,
Jabril,
to our executive director, Amelia Dolce, for helping support these Green Thumb workshops.
Thank you, Amelia.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Amelia. Thank you, Chris Wynn, our AmeriCorps service person, for helping support these workshops as well. And thank you guys.